Tom Brady returning to the NFL as the quarterback of the Las Vegas Raiders. Is it actually possible? Could it happen? It has me fired up a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. It's exciting, it's interesting. There's definitely some conspiracy here. Let's talk about it. Mike Florio of PFT, Pro Football Talk, released a little bit of a rumor, news, whatever you want to call it, that the Las Vegas Raiders failed Jimmy Garoppolo on his physical in March when he signed with the Raiders. Obviously, Jimmy Garoppolo is returning from injury, and it's quite commonplace for a team to have a veteran free agent sign a waiver, especially coming off a serious injury, that if that player does not pass the physical by the time the season begins, the contract is voided. It doesn't count. Now, Jimmy is expected to return to the Raiders this summer at training camp. He's expected to be healthy. He's expected to start for the Raiders. But Mike Florio has floated out the idea that due to the fact Garoppolo has been injured, the Raiders, of course, have the power to fail Garoppolo on his physical. What if Jimmy Garoppolo was just a safety blanket? What if signing Jimmy Garoppolo was just the backup plan to actually have Tom Brady play at quarterback for the Raiders in 2023? Now, there's a lot of conspiracy here. It's a little far-fetched, but it is fun to talk about. Tom Brady, of course, has now become a minority owner of the Las Vegas Raiders. He is heavily involved in the organization, and he has a stake in the franchise. Now, the NFL might not be happy with Tom Brady playing as an owner in the league and becoming the first player owner, but at the same time, would they be upset if the greatest player ever became the first player owner? Because ultimately, Tom Brady creates more money, he creates more merchandise, he creates higher ratings, and ultimately, more cash in the pockets of owners. So really, having Tom Brady play isn't necessarily a bad thing for a majority of the NFL. But I could see some teams being pretty angry about that. So maybe, just maybe, Tom Brady has set himself up with the Raiders to do exactly what he wanted to do with the Miami Dolphins. A lot of you probably forget, but Tom Brady had a plan in the works with the Miami Dolphins. There's a reason the Dolphins lost a first-round pick this past season, because they were talking to Tom Brady when they shouldn't have been talking to Tom Brady, and it's probably partly Brady's fault. But the plan in Miami was for Tom Brady to take over as quarterback for one season and then transition as a minority owner with the Dolphins. What if Tom Brady still has that plan in place, but just with a different team? A team that he's very familiar with. A team that he can come out of retirement, pick up the system, no problem, doesn't have to learn a new system, and can walk right into the huddle and play football. He has all offseason to decide if he wants to play. He doesn't have to rush to training camp. And if the Raiders do need a quarterback and Jimmy Garoppolo is not ready to play, Tom Brady is just sitting there, and it's convenient. And it makes sense. The Raiders need a quarterback. If Jimmy Garoppolo can't play, they need a guy that can operate their system. Tom Brady could still play. We all know this. He led the NFL in attempts and completions last season. Tom Brady can still throw it. Tom Brady can lead the culture that Josh McDaniels wants to set in Las Vegas. He can appease a Davante Adams who's a little bit upset with the direction of the franchise. If you bring in Tom Brady, you're trying to win this season. You're trying to do as much as you can to put yourself in position to win, of course, with TB12. And then you're talking about Tom Brady, who wants to build his business, who wants to build his brand, who wants to build his name in association with Las Vegas sports. There's a reason he wants to become the minority owner of the Raiders. He wants to put his business, his name, with the Raiders, with Las Vegas, his brand everywhere. And Tom Brady can do this by endearing himself to the fan base of the Raiders by becoming their quarterback. It's really a great situation for both sides. Tom Brady can take his time this offseason and decide his future. He can have plenty of family time, and ultimately he can set himself up with the perfect future. The Raiders have the best backup plan possible at the quarterback position. Mike Florio's onto something here. It does make sense. The dots do connect. There are lots of Patriot people in the Raiders organization. And it would be an easy transition for Tom Brady. And it would instantly, even if the Raiders don't win with Tom Brady, it would instantly elevate that team, that culture, that organization moving forward, setting themselves up for the future. And it would certainly buy Josh McDaniels and company a little bit more time with the franchise. It makes sense for business. It makes sense for Brady's brand. It makes sense for the Raider brand for this to take place. So I have to give these rumors a little bit of credit. A little bit. Now, is it unlikely this actually happens? Yes. Because ultimately the Raiders kind of have to mess around with Jimmy Garoppolo. And if he is truly not ready or healthy, then sure, Tom Brady, that would be an easy transition. And it might be the only guy they can really go to. I mean, are the Raiders going to go into this season with a rookie quarterback or Brian Hoyer taking snaps from center? There has to be another backup plan out there. And the one that makes the most sense, and the one that has a relationship with Josh McDaniels. And the best option is Tom Brady. It is. Maybe Tom Brady puts off his ownership for a season to play one more year with Josh McDaniels. Maybe he doesn't. Maybe Jimmy Garoppolo is ready. But either way, if he is not, or something happens, it would make sense for Tom Brady to step in as the quarterback of the Raiders. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I do think this is fascinating. It's very interesting. And of course, there's a lot of conspiracy. There's a lot of mumbo jumbo, but it's fun. And I thought I should talk about it. Gronk spike the like button, guys. Let me know in the comments what you think about these rumors, this news. Tom Brady, the quarterback of the Raiders. Would you like to see it? Would you not like to see it? What do you think of Brady becoming a minority owner in the NFL and the first minority owner player in the NFL? It's Mitch. Thanks for watching. Peace.